Hi, welcome to my channel, Imperfect Woman of God. I am imperfect, I am unworthy, saved by grace. I do not go by titles. I am not a Christian or Muslim. I am just a woman of God. So today I'm going to talk about Derrick Haddon and his wife, Dominique. With the video they have going out, I keep seeing it popping up, so I decided to do my little review on it. I'm a very observant, so I'm going to put my little endpoint on it. Not coming with no hate type of thing, but it's more of a concern. There's a lot of pastors out there that are just like this man. So yeah, they're just talking about shacking up and how people they should live together. That it shouldn't be a bad thing as long as they're not having sex or whatever. I'm like, no, because you get to really know a person when you live with them. But I feel like once you get married, get to know them that way. I feel like it's better doing that way than just living with somebody before marriage. And also you're putting yourself in temptation. Because if you like that person and you have a strong feelings for that person or emotions, at some point, those emotions are going to blind you. And you're going to end up probably having sex or doing some weird stuff, or something close to sex, if that makes sense. If it's just making out heavenly or something like that. And then, like, I wrote some notes. Let me look at it right quick. Put it somewhere. Here it is. I found it. Like, I feel like him and his wife are going to lead a lot of people astray. Like, they really are, because I'm reading my notes. They're going to leave a lot of people astray because they're false prophets. They're like wolves in sheep clothing. They're portraying themselves like they're so honest or being transparent, and really they're making excuses to live in sin. They don't feel bad. I feel like they didn't feel bad. I feel like they were kind of gloating about having sex before marriage. And then him trying to like deflect and say, oh, my wife was all up on me. But oh yeah, then turn around and say, I prayed about it, but I kept doing it anyway, basically. So I'm looking like, so you're a habitual sinner. You were continuing to sin and doing that same sin when you knew it was wrong. And that's why she ended up pregnant before marriage, because you kept doing it. And obviously wasn't using a condom. Or maybe you was, I don't know. But just the fact that they were just sitting there, and the fact that he's a pastor and people look up to him. And I think that's why I'm going to point out also that people stop looking up to these pastors, because they are human. Look up to God. These pastors, God just uses them to, let us know or warn us about something or let us know a message. But that's pretty much it. Don't sit there and stare at them or look up to them as if they're this perfect person, because clearly these pastors are not perfect, okay? They be out here in these streets sleeping and having a good old time. They didn't feel bad. Derrick and Dominique, his wife, they both didn't feel bad. They were just talking about it like it was nothing. Putting their point of view, his wife saying that it's okay to live with someone as long as you're not having sex or whatever. Him saying he's kind of agreeing with her, like, yeah, it's okay, I guess, whatever. I could tell he didn't want to agree with her, but he was like, whatever. Then turn around saying he had sex with his wife before marriage. You got Hebrews chapter 3, verse 4, marriage should be honored by all. The marriage bed should be kept pure, for God will judge the adulterers and all the sexual immoral. They had sex before marriage, that doesn't make, and they had sex before marriage, and what gets me is that they didn't seem ashamed about it, it seemed like they were gloating about it, and then they turned around and got married after they defied the marriage bed, and they end up turning around and getting married. And I feel like they probably having a whole lot of sex now, because now is not a sin, but I feel like now their marriage, in my eyes, it seems like their marriage is more surrounded around lust. Which is not good, because you can't build nothing on just lust. At some point, it's going to fizzle. Or maybe they do love each other, but I feel like the lust is stronger than that. It's very strong to the point where it's in the middle of the relationship. I don't think God is right in the middle. Because if God was in the middle, they wouldn't have been doing the stuff they were doing. They would have actually stopped at some point. I understand you're having sex, you slip up, you have sex, that's normal, that's good. But when you keep doing it, and then you don't seem ashamed. They didn't seem ashamed at all. Like, they were just gloating about it, like, whatever. Like, it's not cool. Then you have Lamentations chapter 2, verse 14. I'm not sure how you say that. Lamentation. Lamentations, that's what I said. Your prophets have seen for you false and deceptive visions. They have exposed their iniquity to destroy your fortunes, but have let me see, I'm trying to move this over. But have seen your oracles and are false and misleading. I seen this on here and I popped it up because I be looking up stuff like, what does the Bible says about, what does the Bible say about shacking up? Because people are like, oh, the Bible doesn't say everything. That doesn't mean it's right. And what I got from, I wrote like a little, I guess, thing. It's a sin, for false prophets to lead people to destruction. And this is what people, and then the Lamentations chapter 2 verse 14 was talking about, I guess, this is what I'm getting out of it, the false prophets leading people in Jerusalem to destruction because they're saying, they're bringing, it's false everything, false visions, false everything, and they're leading them astray by lying and making up stuff and making it seem like it's God that's telling them these things, but he's not. And they're leading that person, those people in general, astray. And I feel like as him being a pastor, which I understand why they told him to step down at the other church, or why they told him to step down in general, because he ain't right in the head. He keeps justifying his sins, and then his wife is not helping. She's making it worse. She's sitting there like, oh, we have sex, and then he's like, oh, well, she be all up on me. But when you're really serious about God and putting him first, you're going to have boundaries. You're going to know what pushes you to have sex. You coming at her house at nighttime or whatever you was doing, which it looks like that's what you was doing, hanging out all that nighttime and being all touchy. Me personally, if you want to wait to marriage and you're messing up and you go pray about it, don't kiss at all. Just don't have sex, don't kiss, don't touch, don't do anything until marriage. Don't do anything. Withheld everything. Obviously, y'all couldn't handle it and end up getting her pregnant before marriage. And it's like, but yet people still keep them in the church. They still still listening to him. And he has gotten her pregnant before marriage. And this is not with like no hateful, nasty stuff, but he has gotten her pregnant before marriage. And then both of them don't even feel bad about having sex before marriage. That's what bothers me the most. You're sitting there just so chill about it. Like, we having sex. We had sex before marriage. Y'all too busy getting y'all freak on that y'all ain't even notice that y'all full of crap, okay? You're sitting there just, woo, we had some sex. Ooh. Look at us, we had some sex. Yeah, and had a baby too. Like, really? So you out here just, I have y'all a good old time. And what you're doing, you're showing other people that are dealing with sex and sin and fornication, that it's okay to fornicate because y'all doing it. And y'all don't feel bad about it either. Nothing in your brain, just nothing to come. I feel like they still don't feel bad about it. And I feel like, in a way, I'm sure people are thinking in the back of their head, like, I don't think their marriage is going to last because they're sitting here. They don't have the God in the center of their marriage. They don't, because they still full of crap. They still misleading people and acting like it's okay to live together. Stop leading people astray. And I feel bad for him. I got to pray for him because he's going to end up going to hell because he's sitting over here just so chill about this. So chill. And his wife is even worse. You backing him up. You making it worse. You're supposed to be praying for that man. Mostly you be the girls the ones that be like, I'm not finna have sex. We not doing this. I guess you was all way in it with him too. Like, dang. Like, no, now one of them in their brain, nothing come in their brain. Like, let's wait and be celibate to marriage. Like, they don't feel bad. And it's people out here like that. So don't think it's not people out here. It's a lot of people that's out here, especially these pastors that are having sex. They're dealing with their own demons and they won't own up to it. They won't own up to it. They won't repent and they don't feel bad. You have to watch people like that. They're evil. And that's all I gotta say, because I'm disappointed in him and his wife. Like, you're supposed to be holding your man down. You're really pulling him down and you're really justifying sinning. And it's disgusting. And you're sitting there just acting like it's so chill. Like, it's not. You're going to hell. God, Jesus, I feel bad for them poor people. Like, the people that are leading astray, I feel bad for them. I pray that people just pray for them, that all the people that he's leading, that they just leave that church and go to somebody else, because he done lost his mind and his wife.